hello everybody. My name is Sarah, known as that Divination Witch. This channel is where I share my readings. Today, I have been in ritual with the goddess Rashoon, or Lady Rashoon. Lady Rashoon is known as a demoness. She is a goddess, however, I still refer to her as such. A goddess of seduction, lust, that kind of vibe. She's been helping me personally with caring for myself, loving myself. And so I have humbly asked if she would give a message to the collective. I have a couple of oracle decks off to the side just in case, and we are using my charm set today. In here we have some other charms with zodiac signs and letters on. And using these, I want to ask who this reading is for. Now, before we begin, if you're interested in getting a reading from me, all of my links are in the description below. I do offer personal readings too. My main channel, that Divination Witch, is linked as well. And yeah, I will also put any names of decks I may use in there. Okay, Lady Rashoon, who is this reading for? Okay, and we've got the initials L and T. Oh, we've got Sagittarius and Cancer. All right. Now, it doesn't mean you have to be a Sagittarius or Cancerian as your solar sign. Think about where it is on your birth chart. Maybe this is an area of your life you need to look at. Now, with charm readings, however, it isn't just about an area of life. Oh, it is about your life as a whole. So, bearing this in mind, Cancer, Sagittarius, TL, okie dokie. Now, with charm readings, I think I've explained it before. Any that land upside down by themselves, I disregard, unless it's in a cluster, something's covering it, that kind of thing. I see this is by itself upside down. I see that as well. Is there anything else? Just having a look closer. Not that I can see. So let's get into it. Now, I was using my finger to point at this before. I think I'm going to use this pen. I should get a fancy pointing stick. It's just last time I did a charm reading, I noticed it was hard to see what I was referencing. So the opalite is the self. So this is you, okay? Now there's a lot going on in different clusters. There's this main cluster. And I'm drawn to the fact that we have the infinity sign, which symbolizes cycles. So it's like this keeps repeating. But then behind us, the way I'm taking it, behind us is this. And off to the side, it's like this is in mind. It's like we know we should do this, but we struggle. This is somebody who's been hurt by friends, people who were snakes in the grass. So the two hearts conjoined is friendship. The chameleon is somebody who is changeable. So this is a snake in the grass. This is a manipulative person or peoples. They've hurt us. We've got the unicorn upside down there, and that is about our hopes, dreams, fantasies maybe. And it's like someone was making fun. Someone was nasty. You know, there were people in your life that you've put behind you, but they were nasty. They were nasty people that would make fun of what you wanted and who you were. And that hurts because you've invested time, energy into this friendship, into this connection. but they didn't value you. However, the most important thing to know is that's in the past now. Let it go. Rashoon is telling you, let it go. They're not worth it. They're not worth your time, energy. They're not worth your pain. You have all this to focus on, all this to look forward to. Let that go. That's insignificant. Now, off to the side, we have star here. But that does link in with this as well. But the star is our talents. The star is what we're good at. And this vibe, these people who put us down, hurt us, didn't make us feel like we were good enough. And that's why it's off to the side a little bit. Also on that side, I don't want to get too lost off, but we've got love and other things as well. But that love, I will be getting into this separate, you see. But that love as well, these people were making us distracted from our hearts and our truest potentials, okay? Now, our truest potential here is linked with things that we feel very distant from. Could be ancestral gifts. The dinosaur is our ancestors. It could be gifts from nature as well. Being able to see and hear and feel a very empathetic person here that has been taken advantage of, because that was our inner peace and we've been disconnected from it. So the deer, that signifies nature. The sign is inner peace. That's the way it is to me anyways. So yeah, very much our talents link with our ancestral line, our bloodlines perhaps. This isn't just in a magical sense either. This could just be things you're good at, things passed down, but you were made to feel inadequate, and that blocked you from this. It blocked you from this connection, which would find your inner peace and your inner happiness. So now is the time to re-explore that. So what you were put down for, what you were ridiculed for, re-explore it. And it's funny, the star is right next to the book, which is learning. Okay, that might be a jumping point. Open your mind to other points of view, other possibilities. Okay. Now, we'll go to this side. Another thing you were held away from, I should say, is love. But they couldn't really do that because we've got the tree of life here. Now, the tree of life is the fabric of the universe. It's our reality. It's what we're all made up of and based on, and we're all connected in this way. The tree of life is found in many different cultures, many different things. You've got the Kabbalah, you've got the Celtic tree of life, that kind of thing. Now, they try to separate you from things that you are naturally talented and gifted at. Here. But also here. Your very essence of who you are and what you're made up of, it is linked with those who came before you, your spiritual guides. So we've got an angel wing under there, which I see as spirit guides, could be ancestral spirit guides too. You are a magnetic person naturally, and you were made to feel like you weren't, because we've got the flower, which is beauty, and mermaid or siren, which is that alluring energy speaking up. You are attractive. You don't feel you are though, but you are. And attractive, not just in a superficial way, in this alluring magnetic way. Your personality is attractive. Your soul is attractive. That is who you are. And that is part of what you're made up of. They couldn't take that from you. They tried to disconnect you, but they can't. And now it feels distant here, but this is coming in to this energy. We've got a key and a pumpkin. So the key is unlocking knowledge, unlocking possibilities, opportunities. Now the pumpkin, I see that as seasonal changes, not any particular season, although it is a pumpkin, but that's changes in seasons to me. Now we are coming up to that time of year, harvest season anyways, yeah, but it's not necessarily that. However, in this case, given the time I'm reading for you guys, I do feel like as the year is coming to a close and seasons are changing, this will draw closer, okay? This energy, this unlocking opportunities, that's the opportunity. All this line kind of thing here, this trajectory, it is your potential, your talents, linked with your past, linked with those that came before you, and it is all coming into fruition as the seasons change. So by the end of the year, you should have a better idea, because you'll be healing from this, you'll have let this go, not let them bother you anymore, and moving forward here. And what is directly in front of you is a whole load of things. And because it's landed in such a way, first, I just want to say I think this is a cycle, which I mentioned before. Very confusing cycle, okay? A mixture of things, a mixture of thoughts, hopes, dreams, stuff you want, stuff you need, all coming up, reoccurring themes, maybe in different orders sometimes, but it's a thing. So, where do we start? Because it's this like packed together, you know what I mean? Well, here we've got a pentacle. That's magic, that's witchcraft, that is your spiritual side. We'll start this way, okay? So it's quite close, okay? But that's hidden. It's hidden. We've got a mask on top of it, a bat. We've got the Alice in Wonderland rabbit, because there's 2 rabbits in this, and that one's about curiosity. And we've got this trumpet. People speak over you. You are somebody who is interested in spirituality, but you haven't quite figured it out. Not for yourself yet. And you're trying to figure it out. But you're hearing all these loud, bloody voices drowning out any intuition you may have. These loud voices have hidden agendas. They drown your curiosity, because you think, well, is it worth it to go down this? You see dramas, egotistical people, that kind of vibe. Don't let them, okay? Easier said than done. I know firsthand. Near all of this overwhelming power dominating you, wanting to see your spiritual side, we have music. The owl, which is knowledge, but the owl, what is that covering? Oh, a frog. Transformation. Luck. Apple. Forbidden knowledge. Okay, so in this section here, it's like you're wanting to explore your spiritual side. You're confused anyways, because there's so many different takes on things. Who do you trust? Who do you believe? The ones that are the loudest are normally the least trustworthy, and that has influence this. They are shady, the bat, nocturnal animal. They are shouting over other people, other people's voices. Curiosity, you know, is being stilled by that. But there is still inspiration. The music is the creativity, and the knowledge is there. The wisdom is still there. But it's covering up transformations. You're finding it difficult to embrace all of this, to transform, to move forward because of that crap, basically. But you still have the knowledge. You still have all this potential here as well. Like, you are someone who is naturally gifted, okay? You may not all have the same gifts as well, because this is not just for one person, you know. But you're naturally a kind, caring person, healing, empathetic, that kind of vibe. And people can take advantage of that, and they clearly have, you know. Luck is on your side. Forbidden knowledge, well, you may be closer than you think. There's stuff out there that you know you don't need to read in a book. It's not so much forbidden, it's more just hidden. You know your stuff. Okay, so start to listen to your intuition a bit more. Now, on this side here, a lot of things going on as well. We've got a normal rabbit. Eiffel Tower, airplane, they're both about travel. Glasses is about seeing things. Monkey is childishness, so it's childhood. The dragon is ancient primal wisdom of the universe. The elephant is memory. Anchor, yin yang. Okay. Right, so here, travel, first and foremost. We want to do it. That's the energy I'm picking up on. Someone who's curious, wants to see the world. Doesn't have to be somewhere amazing. Doesn't have to be somewhere, expensive. But it's more about, that's on your mind. Not just traveling for yourself, but how interconnected we are as people. How different cultures are interconnected. And you see that in ways that others don't. You see that, and that covers up any childish opinions you may want to get sucked into. You know that we're all humans, we're all here to have a chance, and you see changes. And I feel like you have travelled before, and this is something that you'd like to do again. And it's more to experience things, experience how different people live, different cultures. But even though there may be different cultures, we all have core values as humans. And just seeing that's the knowledge, that's the wisdom of the world. Whether you're in China, whether you're in blooming Australia, wherever you are in the world, all right? There's core values that we have in general, such as caring for one another, such as having communities and things like this. The elephant is good memories around that. And I think there's good memories of the past, good memories of people you've met from different cultures, but not just different cultures, but walks of life, because there are people within the same culture can lead very different lifestyles. So this is somebody who accepts this. You know that not everyone's the same. Spiritually, there could be people living next door to each other with different religious beliefs, as an example. Could both be from the same country, same ethnicity, but very different lifestyles. And that's okay. The world is made up of many different people, and you're someone that accepts that. However, there's a caveat. There's certain things that are weighing you down. The anchor over the yin yang, that's balance. And it's a sense of, well, look at the world. Hopelessness, perhaps. That people can't accept one another. It's sadness. It's uncertainty, outlook on life. But that's because of what you've been through too. Know that will change. Lunar cycle. Okay, it's feminine energy. The moon will always be in a cycle around the earth, it will always change. And as time goes by, that will change. It will be swifter than you think as well. That's about quick movement. But this is a cycle that never ends. So there's always going to be people that don't understand this, people that don't understand one another. There's going to be hateful people. There's always going to be different cultures. And humans will always have these shared interests, shared values, regardless of culture. But they'll always have differences too. And this is a cycle that, on a personal level, you can see it. On a personal level, you can kind of break it by living and letting live. That's what I feel. There's knowledge in everything and everyone. So by keeping an open mind, starting to believe in yourself, and then seeing that in others, on a personal level, I feel like that's how you'll break this. There's a tiny fly, I don't know if you can see it, but it's beckoning me off. But yeah, on a personal level, it's like this annoying fly here. Why is this happening? This cycle is like that annoying fly of like, well, it's always going to exist. It's always going to be a thing. There's no point in you getting down over it. Just deal with it on a personal level. Okay, so that's the charm reading. Now, I feel drawn to just pull a couple of cards from an oracle deck. This is clarifying life situations. Thank you, Lady Rashoon, for assisting me so far with this. Let me just, oops, make a mess. Oh, that didn't work out very well. I'm just trying to shuffle it. It's hard to shuffle when trying not to, don't know why, I'm just trying not to disturb that charm reading. Right, that'll do. Okay. Oh, it's funny. It's funny that, see, these cards are not all nature-based, by the way. I'm just showing you some of them, okay? But we got 3 nature-y based things. We've got a mountain, a grove, and a river. That's interesting. But that's also, you know, being disconnected to that. So we've got mountain of mastery, ascend towards self-realization and triumph, guided by the stoic presence of the mastery mountain pathway. Then we've got grove of unity, bind energies in the unified sanctuary of the grove, fostering interconnected harmony among all beings. River of release, drift along the river of release where waters carry away burdens, guiding towards renewal. Yeah, it's literally what I've just been saying there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Just look, some things are beyond your control. Self-mastery is needed here, mountain of mastery. So that is mastering your emotions, how other people affect you and control you, potentially, get a rise out of you. So self-mastery, put those energies to good use, okay, for yourself and for others, and let go what no longer serves you. And there are certain things out there, yes, you can be empathetic towards other people, you can help others, all that jazz. Yes, but this is a cycle that will happen regardless of you. So is it worth getting your pants in a twist about things, as they say, or let it go? You know, a river will find a way to run its course. You know, even if it has to burst its banks, it will. That is very much the way of it. I feel like you, person, who this reading is for, you need to reconnect with you, ground with yourself and with nature. Look into you as a person, your soul, your ancestors, your path, your gifts, and also those around you, those as well that came before you. Learn, keep an open mind and recenter. Enough of this bullshit, enough of others trying to bring you down, enough's enough. That cycle will always be perpetuated on the grander scale of things too. So keep rolling on a river. That's my little rendition to you, but very much left a good job in the city. Exactly. Rolling on a river, that song, gosh, yes, very much. She left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day, but she never got it out of her head, her passions, you know. Hitching a ride on that riverboat queen. Big wheels keep on turning, the cycle keeps on turning, and the proud Mary, the boat, keeps on burning, you know. Get that song on, Tina Turner. Do it. I love Tina Turner. But thank you to Lady Rashoon for helping with this reading. Thank you everybody for listening. I hope this helped. Hit like, hit subscribe. If it did help you, please do that. It really goes a long way in building this new little channel I've got. Again, if you would like to get a reading from me, all the links are in the description. And again, thank you, Lady Rashoon. And yeah, take care everybody. Bye.